Hello. Hi. I'm gonna do a little clay mask. I put a little clay and oil in here. Um, got a little puffiness going on because I didn't get much sleep last night. I don't know. You know how like when you are sleepy and then you kind of start drifting off to sleep, and then you just all of a sudden it feels like you had a burst of energy. Then you can't get back to sleep. So that's what I'm working with today. Now this I used some, I think it was some grapeseed oil, and I soaked a blueberry tea bag in there. It's been soaking in there for like months. So I used some of that oil with some of my clay, and that's what I'm doing. So this will be a oily mask just so I can, you know, rejuvenate my skin, I guess. And blueberries seem to, but it smells so good. It really does. So anyway, what I want to talk about is that I'm absolutely sure that I am not the only person that has grown up in certain conditions, you know? Sorry for the lighting. My setup right now has just been, you know, has been just social distancing myself from a lot of stuff. But like, I'm sure I'm not the only person that has grown up under certain conditions, kind of like the conditions we are under right now, you know? Um, things just, things you just can't do, you know? Like when you were younger, whether you're a girl or a boy, or you're younger, and if you liked some guy or some guy liked you, say you were always at their house, at the guy's house, and say he only had a single parent household, maybe his mom, only his mom. And every time she got home from work and she would come in, she would see you, and you could tell the difference, and she'd be like, pull him to the side or call him for something, acting like she wanted to ask him where something is or whatever. And he's like, why every time I come here that you got this fast tail girl here, you know? Like, because I've grown up under certain, you know, normal conditions, you know, for pretend, yeah, I guess. Uh, so people have looked at me as if I was like a fast tail girl or something, you know, not knowing where I go or just trying to, you know, do whatever. Or say if it was a girl and her dad, every time he came home, why do I got this dude over my house every time I get home, you know? So, and I'm saying that to say this, you know, sometimes lately, I mean, not lately, but all the times, especially when it comes to my life, people assume the way things look, it must mean it's okay, right? That's the whole thing, right? It must mean it's okay. We out of toilet paper, but that must mean it's okay. We don't have toilet paper. It's a worldwide shortage of toilet paper. So it must mean that's okay, right? And I can say this. If I woke up every day acting like these people are people I should be able to go hang out with, and we can just hang out and talk and chat back and forth, I can probably guarantee you some parent figure of mine would have a problem with that. But to people, it must mean it's okay to want to do that or something. And so, and I'm sure it's not, and it couldn't be, you know, no matter what it looks like, because if I tried to do it, I can just try to talk too much a little bit, and then, and if I go looking, listening to music too long, or especially the wrong kind of music too long, yeah, some parent figure of mine will have a problem with it. So, um, I don't know. It's just sometimes it seems like you're saying things so hard and it's wrong. But I mean, man, I mean, story after story, instance after instance, it's just been like, man, you can see that. You can clearly see that somebody will have a problem with that. But back to, yeah, just being young and you like somebody or somebody like you, and regardless, you know, the parents always gonna have a problem with it. You know, you know, when you dealing with just being young, you know, when people's parents have expectations from their kids or things they want their kids to accomplish before they start trying to settle down and get in a serious relationship with somebody, uh, which seems to be how my life has gone. You know, you have I want my child to go do something else. I don't want her getting all tied up in all these worldly things and believing in all this extra garbage. And you know, I mean, these things that people know, but you know, for some reason, every time somebody new come along, they feel like these things must have changed. And I don't think they ever change when it comes to somebody's kids and what they want their kids to accomplish more than just laying up with some girl or laying up with some dude. You know, those things probably don't ever change, you know. But, you know, I don't know. I just try to be mindful of other people. I understand I'm not the only person in the world, but like I said, it's just things that go on, and it's I you know it's sometimes it's just something I cannot control, even if I wanted to. Obviously, I mean, I've been doing this living for I don't know how long, and I ain't really control shit. I mean, other than just my parents, whoever, you know, just being who I am with them or whoever. Because I don't know who I am, you know. But I don't know. It's just so much people want, and like I said, I don't know what's going on right now in the world, and I try not to focus too much on that. I know people who have more know how to deal with things like they have been knowing how to for years, and I just I don't try to go starting groups on how to fix nothing unless it's just something I'm working on personally. I don't try not to get involved in too much stuff, you know. You know, for whatever reason, I have been born not to. I try to. I do try to shop wisely. I mean, I don't think so much about storing up stuff for things. I've never thought about it that way. Like when it was like Y2K and everybody was doing this stuff. I don't know what I was doing, but I obviously wasn't thinking about storing up for nothing. So I try to shop wisely regardless of whether I go to a store. I mean, I do try to buy stuff like if I do get in the bind, or just in the bind of being hungry for myself, you know, not like worldwide shortage things. But I do try to keep something that, like the time when I just shut myself in for 3 months. And I remember thinking the best thing I had was rice and pasta. And the pasta had came from some yard sale, that big jar of pasta somebody had. And the rice, I mean, I have no electricity, but the rice, I remember cooking it in a pot on the grill, you know? So I've that kind of made me always think to have some stuff like that. And I keep a bag of charcoal, if all that's failing, I got that one little thing I got from Goodwill. It's like a grill. Before it was a grill that I guess it was a big thing, or it tried to be a big thing, where you could just start it with newspaper or whatever. I haven't used it, but I that time I did that. Now that I did that on my own that time with the rice and pasta. Nobody made me do that, you know. I just, whatever situation that I was in, I just decided, hey, not to try to get back on some other kind of program or whatever it was. But it always made me mindful of having something, you know, whether it's some nuts or some rice, some pasta, maybe some cans of something, you know, to kind of keep things like that just in case, you know. I was even eating grass, wasn't I don't know what made me. But sometimes we do things and we don't understand why we do it. But then later on, we understand the purpose of if you had to do those things, what it would be like, you know? So, so that's what I would say to anybody, you know, just kind of, like they say, don't store all your goods in one basket or whatever they would say. Don't put all your nuts in one basket or whatever. You know, you got to kind of have a backup plan is what they would say. I don't think we have to think, I mean, world stuff, you know, nobody understands. Nobody knows how things will go from day to day. That's out of our control. And that's just the honest truth. It's no matter how much you prepare for it, store up for it, save for it. If God says something else, it's just something else. But just on the normal daily thing as what you think that you can control in your own personal life, just trying to not so much as think so far ahead, but just think and not just, you know, foolishly live your life, you know, just foolishly day to day get up, just, you know, spending money on stuff you just don't really need. Like, we like clothes, we like shoes, we like jewelry, we like to you know, entertainment, we like spending money on things like that. But sometimes, you know, you just can't do it. Now with business, I understand, like I said, I was saying earlier in my vlog or whatever I got, that it just takes time. You know, we all start something and want it to just take wings and fly. Like before, I never had patience. Because I've been so used to, like, I want this and that's what I'll go get. You know, I want this and I'll go get it. So I never had patience to feel like I had to sit and wait on things. Now these times I've been slowly learning patience and that you have to wait on other people, you know. Sometimes you just have to wait. And then sometimes it's just good to wait. That way you can like things like this. That way when you do get money or whatever it is you're gonna get, you have taken time to, you know, prepare and really think out what you need versus what, hey, when I get money, I'm just going to go buy this, that, and the other. What you need, what you really need. I mean, it's okay to treat yourself to something, but you do have to, like I said, prepare for later, you know. Maybe you don't have a lot of money or you won't be getting a lot of money. However that goes. You just have to prepare for later and whatever lessons you need to learn from it, you just have to learn from it. So, but business, yeah, we would all like to just say, this is what I want to do, and everybody's going to come start buying my stuff and wearing my clothes and wearing my shoes. And, you know, we all have those thoughts, and we all wish things would just go that way. But like I said, sometimes it just takes people time to know who you really are. You know, we all put on some like mask and say we this way and this is what we would do if we got money. You know, like the Miss America things. If they could change the world, they would go feed the homeless and feed this and feed that, and then they don't go feed nobody. So and it's just something we do. We can't help it. It's human. It is a human thing. You would want to end suffering and pain and all that, but sometimes that's just in God's plan, and ain't nothing we can do about that. You know, we can kind of try to find formulas or partner with people who can work on formulas for people, but I mean, I don't think a lot of people really gonna try to go spend all their hard-earned money to go do all that. You know, you get people they'll donate to certain causes and things, but like, I mean, realistically, And that's all I want to deal with, the realistic part of life. I don't want to deal with the fairy tale or if I could and all that, because I can't, even if I wanted to, I couldn't do what people wanted me to do, as far as, buy them something or put them on something, or, want them in my life like that. Even if I wanted them in my life, like I said, if I woke up every day acting like I want these people in my life, I mean, I can barely act like I want some hot Funyuns in my life or a hot Polar sausage. That's how bad it is for me. I can barely act like I want anything. So, so that's my life in a nutshell, really a nutshell. So, but I do try to make light of whatever this is and whatever I am in. I try to totally be myself, and I enjoy being myself and just being the person I was born to be. I like listening to other people and how they put their thoughts together, how they come to the conclusions in their lives, and how they try to live their lives and deal with people. Some people they want to deal with, and some people they don't. But, sometimes you do wish life was easier and it wasn't so much pain and suffering and homelessness and illness and all these things that there is. But I don't know. I just know I couldn't buy a friend if I had money to. Because somebody was like, girl, that ain't your friend. I don't know. I got this stuff all over me. So, yeah, that's just what I've been doing. I've been trying not to put my thoughts out in the world too much, because people have been going through so much. And I think the last thing they need to hear is like, what this fast tail girl doing over here? I'm tired of seeing her. Everybody get tired of seeing me. Even though they don't even see me, they be like, I'm tired. Oh, so, yeah. But I've grown up in a normal way, so to speak. I mean, as far as being relationships-wise, like, I don't know the ends of it, the outs and ends of it, as far as how these people come to say, I want to date you. I mean, I know how they came to me saying it, but I don't really know if it was, like, somebody in the background saying, I want you to take my daughter out and make her think she's human or whatever. I don't know what all those things was, I just know once that part was over and dude had to bounce, and that's just how it has been. It's just, okay, I gave you the job, now the job is over, the manpower assignment is over, and now you can go freely date your girls somewhere else. And so that's what those things have seemed like to me. And so it don't matter what people thought, think, wish, hope for. Those have been my cases. And I've tried not to figure out. I mean, I've been in love like in a normal way, but it wasn't really normal, was it? So more I think about it now, I don't think about it, I just think about where I'm at now, what's going on now, what's not going on now, what don't even seem to be going on now, and how we gonna go on with this mask, okay? And all I know is what is going on now is that we living under certain conditions, whether we like it or not. It's like ghost town. So, but I do hope all is well with people and they are getting using all the resources they are able to. I mean, I don't know, but hopefully they do. If you don't have a lot of food, you do have the kinds of food that gets you by. I mean, I haven't used the powdered peanut butter yet, but I figure it is. I was going to use it for lunch, but I ate breakfast too late, so I wasn't hungry. And just for dinner, I ate a hot dog and some tater tots and some coleslaw. I guess, of course, because I've been just stuck on coleslaw for this last week and right now this week. It's just been good. I don't know why. I guess my body's craving some things like that, iron or something. I mean, I take iron pills and all the other stuff I'm supposed to take. So anyway, yeah, I just jumped on here to say those things, and I mean, just being shut in and everybody's talking and I don't know what they talking about, but I mean, I see what they talking about, but it's the same for me. I don't know. It's the same. I don't know. I don't seem to be going nowhere, so even if this wasn't going on, I wouldn't be going nowhere, so no sense of me acting like it's something new. So anyway, yeah, this mask, I'm gonna let it sit on for 20-something minutes, and my skin, I need to get some sleep today, but I've been just slowly working on just trying to stay focused on what I'm doing, because you guys know, right, sometimes I'll start doing something else, and then so I've been just trying to stay focused, and whatever I'm doing right now seems to be working. I like it. There's no problem with it. So, and you know, just trying to do it like a vitamin, one a day vitamin. Just do something one a day and just stay focused that way, you know. Once I run out of scrap fabrics, I'll have to scrap up something else. But just stay in the frame mind of one a day, one something a day. Maybe it can match or maybe it don't. I don't know. And just try to be truthful and honest with people, because that's just the only way I know how to be, is be truthful, honest. This is where we at. This is who I am. This is where I've been through already. This is the same kind of scenario I've seen over and over and over and over again. And at the end of the day, just because you were around never meant that, from what I've seen, just because somebody has been around don't mean that somebody wants you around. You know, that's how it's been. I mean, if I've been around some people, you know, growing up, and they couldn't never tell me nothing. I mean, it would appear that just because you're around don't really mean somebody wants you around. And I mean, I don't know how to explain it to somebody else who already pretty much know these things, but sometimes people come along and they say, I must be different from these people. No, I mean, I've lived with them people just like you think I'm living with you, but it don't mean you anybody that I need to pay attention to. And that's just how it's been. But I'm not trying to focus too much on that, but I'm just saying, you try to explain things to people or and then they don't understand it, and then you start saying things they probably don't want you to say about them in a way that they don't want to hear it because whatever they think they are. But I'm saying, I don't know what other way to get the point across than it's already been put across. I mean, you know, all I needed to do is just be respectful of other people, not necessarily go into things thinking I'm better than other people or thinking they better than me. I mean, just in life, in real life, what you're supposed to do is just respect people, as long as they respecting you, or even if they not somewhat respecting you, you just don't go around them. You know, you don't. In my personal opinion, don't just sit around letting people just disrespect me and be like, okay, no. I mean, I might not want to argue with you about it or whatever those things are, but if I feel like we don't get along, I kind of just try to stay away from somebody, you know. I don't go around trying to force people to talk to me or see things my way. I'm saying it's only been one way to see this stuff. It's only been one way to see this stuff, you know. And that is, just because you've been around or are around or have been around don't necessarily mean people want you around. Because if I woke up every day thinking that, somebody would have a problem with you being around. So I try to just keep it at arm's length. You know, of course, I will tell somebody what I'm going through at the moment, because that seems to be how I was raised. With the Bathsheba thing, I don't think it had nothing to do with me not having nothing on. Is making sure I don't have nothing on me, like scars and bruises and all these things, you know, because people have had problems with me just being who I am. So I think those are most of what this stuff is about, you know. So anyway, that's what I jumped on here to say. So yeah, that's what I will do when I feel like somebody's trying to scar or bruise me in a certain way. I will let that be known, whether it's mental, verbally, or physically. Because like I said, people tend to think that they must be somebody they not, you know. I don't know what you are, and I ain't trying to figure out what you are. I just know whoever told you to come here or wherever they told you to go, they know who you are and they know who you not. And I don't think they said you was here to tell Cheryl what to do, you know. Not in those ways. You can, I guess you can have your own opinion about things, but just telling me what to do, I don't think so. But anyway, so I hope all is well, and I hope everybody's doing fine, and I hope that you can just take some little time, pamper yourself or whatever, soak your feet in some hot water, relieve some stress off of them. Because this is a good time to do that too. If you've been on them a lot, you have time to like put your feet up, pamper yourself. Just take some a load off, and then we'll just go from there, okay? I hope you guys have a good night. Thank you for listening.